There is more to me, Queen Eliara of Elfgard, than my elven magic. Just as there's more to Geico than saving you money, Geico also gives you 24/7 access to licensed agents online, on the phone, or on the Geico app. And while I am a mighty elf queen, I am also a mighty big fan of barbecue potato chips. Minions! More smoky mesquite.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Hi, welcome to the Living in Partnership with Spirit show. This is Ingrid Turner. I'm your host today, and I am thrilled as ever to be here with you. So just real quick, just to let you know in case you're tuning in for the first time, during these shows, I share with you the spiritual energies for the week, and then we dive into a particular topic. We discuss, dissect, and elaborate on divine messages received from Spirit. I do have special shows once a month. They feature a panel of expert guests, and we go in depth on these topics. So it's the last Tuesday of every month that I have these special shows. So this next one is this next Tuesday, August 29th, and I'm going to have a medium meetup. So we're going to discuss the process of transitioning our physical bodies into the afterlife, transitioning to spirit. And on that note, speaking of special shows, I have a special announcement about our Living in Partnership with Spirit show. So we've been on Blog Talk Radio since June 2016, June 2016, and we're on iHeartRadio, we're on Spreaker.com, we're on iTunes, we're all over the place as a podcast. So now we are going to take the Living in Partnership with Spirit show live as a broadcast, especially and only in the Living in Partnership with Spirit Facebook group. I'm having a really hard time talking today. It's just hard. So let me say that one more time. I have a Facebook group. It's called Living in Partnership with Spirit. There are 1,400 people strong in that group, and we are all here. They're here to support one another and share our wisdom and learn and grow. And so we're going to put this show as a live broadcast in that group, which you'll get to tune in and see my face and see the face of my guests, and you can comment and you can interact with us live on that on the show right there. Or if that doesn't work for you, you will be able to continue to listen to us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, or wherever it is that you are able to tune in for and listen to the show. So I'm really excited about that, and we're going to be doing that the first Tuesday in September. And let me look at my calendar to see what exactly that date is. So that would be Tuesday, September 5th. We're going to go live in the Living in Partnership with Spirit show. Okay, so that's going to be really fun. I encourage you to join that group, the Facebook group Living in Partnership with Spirit, to see the Living in Partnership with Spirit broadcast. Okay, can you tell I'm excited? I can't even speak. That's how excited I am. Okay. So before we dive in, a couple of things I want to cover just because I feel like these are really important. The first thing that's most important is I want to make it really clear that there's no special reason though I receive the messages that I do from Divine Spirit, and except that I'm just really open to it. I'm open and fiercely committed to living this lifestyle. I am so blessed and in so much gratitude every day that this is what I get to do for a living, full time. I get to sit here and download and share the messages from Spirit with you as they come through me. I do that on a stage, on a platform, for example, this show, or on Facebook, social media, my website, what have you. And I do it one-on-one for people. So you can book time with me to get your unique message from Spirit and to ask questions of Spirit. I open myself up as a channel, and you can look at anything you want. And you can find out how to do that on my website, which is ingridhturner.com, INGRIDH as in healer, TURNER.com. So your job is really simple during this show. You take what you hear, you hold on to what resonates deeply with you, and then you let the rest go. I don't prescribe a dogma for you. I just share what I get, and I share it in the clearest way that I know how. Alrighty? Okay. Second point, I talked about the Facebook group already. So the next thing I want to talk about is the living in partnership with Spirit in general. I think it's really important for us all to think about what that means for us. And I'll share with you what it means for me. For me, it means to commune with the divine on a daily basis and live from that place of feeling and intuition, not from my mind, but from my intuition, which translates to living my life with less anxiety, which has been a problem for me my whole life, and with much more certainty. And it really works. It's life-changing. It's transformative. And ultimately, living in partnership with Spirit means living in my highest purpose in this body on this planet, what I'm here for, what I'm here to be. So this show takes the living in partnership with Spirit and dives into different themes and topics and paths to that lifestyle. And we delve into the many ways by which human beings communicate, experience, and work with Spirit in their daily lives. you being one of them. Okay, so let's dive into show content. I always start with the Spiritual Energies forecast for the week. So I went live in the Living in Partnership with Spirit Facebook group. So again, if you're part of that group, there's a lot going on in there. Not just me, but a lot of people contributing and talking and sharing and answering your questions. But what I do is every week I go live with the Spiritual Energies forecast, either on Sunday evening or Monday morning. I'm going to be doing the Living in Partnership with Spirit show and another live video to do some teaching moments. Okay, so back to the Spiritual Energies forecast. Yesterday was the eclipse in North America. So if you're in North America, you felt that energy, no doubt. That was the intensity, right? And we talked about the eclipse and what was going on Monday. So I'll just share with you. Yesterday was really about turning your heart to the sky. I dipped in and I channeled for us, and it was about the energy was pulling us up. It was changing and altering us on this cellular level. We've got this incredible opportunity right now. And part of it is due to the eclipse, and there's other energies involved, and there's all of us coming together in this sort of pinpoint of, focus on creating a better home for us on this planet, all of us coming together. And the eclipse is one of the culminations of that, one of the energetic culminations, one of the energetic stops that we all came together and came into an energetic agreement about that. And it really just helps uplift us and take us to a new level. Now, of course, you have, what I always say about the spiritual energies is, I'm giving you the energies. How they affect you will have to do with how your personal energies interact with the spiritual energies, and also how much you want to interact with them. You can just sit there and let the energies bat you about, or you can line up with them. And you can use the energies for your highest expression and for your highest good. It's always there for your highest good. Even when things are rough, even when it's a little bit difficult, it's always operating for your highest good to get you to that place of expansion, expanding as broadly as you can. That's all Spirit wants for you. Okay. So diving into the rest of the week after that sort of energetic peak with the eclipse, where it's going to keep going, of course. It's going to keep rolling on through. But today is a really good day to just kind of get back and grounded in the world. Start connecting with your people. Start connecting with your tribe, building your teams, and just getting really physical in the world. I mean, for example, today I'm diving in with my family and we're doing a big house clean. Okay, not exciting, but it's really good way to get yourself grounded. We're all getting together and cleaning our house today. And it's grounding and it's coming together and it's bonding too. Once you get the house clean and you complete a project like that together, that's a nice bonding thing. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are really great days. They sort of build on, the momentum builds on each other. Tomorrow you start to get that new energy rolling again, that new spirit energy. And then Thursday, it starts to ramp up and ramp up and ramp up. Wednesday and Thursday are going to be really fun, creative days for us. Just boom, boom, boom. All these ideas coming and creation happening and getting stuff done and creating things in your world. And it's less about what you're physically doing and more about the energy that's behind it. This big, sweeping, creative energy. And on Friday, that culminates in something complete. Okay, so you have the opportunity to really complete something on an energetic level, and it will show up in your physical world too. It's about what it is you're creating, what container you put that in. That's up to you. Okay, just wherever you want to direct and focus that energy. Saturday and Sunday are really interesting days too. So Saturday gives you an opportunity to slip back into old self again. And we experienced some of this energy last week of okay, let's go back and reflect on our old beliefs, our childhood beliefs, the beliefs of our family, the beliefs of our parents and culture, what have you, what's working for us. But what this is going to do on Saturday, as you start to dig into that and feel into the energy of the past and your foundation and really the root chakra stuff. The root chakra is about the experiences in our childhood and the relationships in our childhood, how they create the foundation for our life. But we have the opportunity to redefine that foundation anytime we want. We don't have to stick with that. And that's what the energies are helping you to do on Saturday, is kind of look at that foundation and then rebuild it. And on Sunday, that rebuilding will catapult you out of your comfort zone, which is awesome because that's expansion right there. Anytime you step outside of where you're comfortable, boom, you've energetically expanded. And once you energetically expand, that space is always there. Your energy ebbs and flows, kind of goes in and out and up and down. But once you've expanded, it's like there's an imprint around you that never goes away, okay? So it's easier and easier to get back into that place every time. So enjoy the week. It's a great one. Lots of creative energy. Have fun with it. If you're finding yourself in a really creative space without a lot of focus or building, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the creative momentum. Enjoy the creative space. Okay, so I am not going, typically I take calls at the end of the teaching segment, but I'm not going to be able to do that today. So I'd really like you to enjoy this next segment, and if you have a question about the topic, feel free to contact me through my website, or even better, post it in the Facebook group. I will answer your question, and who knows, you might get a whole wealth of information that you're not able to get just from me on this one show. Alrighty? So, here we go. Hang on one second. I lost my place here. Alrighty. Topic today. So we have been, the last 3 shows, we've been talking about manifesting as a spiritual practice. And just to give you a little bit of recap of what I mean by that, when we think about manifesting, we think, I want the car. I'm going to manifest the car and the relationship and the house. I'm going to manifest the things, and these things will make you happy, will make me happy. Manifesting from a spiritual point of view, manifesting as a spiritual practice asks you to reverse that. No, don't worry about the things. It's the feelings. Focus on the feelings. Manifest the feeling, and the universe, actually the universe I was just posting yesterday, that's way too small a term for creation, don't you think? So the creation, creator, spirit, whatever you want to source, will create the form, will bring you the things that will keep giving you those feelings and give you more of those feelings. So it's taking a step back from the form, the thing, and into the feeling. Because remember, your desire limits what is possible. How many times in your lifetime have you really wanted something? And you wanted it, and you wanted it, and you wanted it, and you focused on it, and you wanted it so bad. And then when you got it, yay, you were happy for a minute, or I got it, and then, that was a disappointment. That did not at all give you the feelings that you thought it was going to give you. That didn't make you happy like you thought it was going to make you happy. That's what I'm talking about here. So if you reverse that and you say, how do I think this thing or this experience is going to make me feel? And then you get rid of the experience. You get rid of the form, and you sink into feeling, okay? And we've been building out our me time, right, which is every morning you take a little bit of time to just focus on self, focus on you, and get yourself all lined up with this. And so I'll recap that in a little bit. So our next step here, we've talked about gratitude, we've talked about the feeling over form, we've talked about getting into the feeling and staying in that place of feeling, manifesting that feeling in your life. I want to talk about the power of the reframe and resistance, resisting resistance. Okay, this is really important. So we think we know what resistance looks like, what resistance feels like, but it can be sneaky, and I talked a little bit about how it could be sneaky too, but I'll talk a little bit more about resisting resistance and how the power of the reframe comes into play there. So resisting resistance can look like it's letting go, truly being able to let go and let be, versus stuffing or ignoring or rose-colored glasses or insisting everything is fine when you know it's really, really not. So that's just a really important differentiation, and it can take some time for us to identify where we're doing this. And I know for me in my life, I would slip into this resisting the resistance. Like I feel a negative way about this, or I feel a difficult way about this. I'm just going to stuff it and pretend like it's not there. That's not letting go. That's just increasing the resistance. Okay, so you don't notice that this is happening until you see things showing up in your life that are in line with resistance versus what you thought you were doing, which was letting go. And you're going, and I remember one particular, I had a couple of financial explosions go on in my life. And I really felt like I'd been working on the feeling of abundance and the feeling of, money and what I wanted, security and everything that I felt like I needed. And then I had some financial explosions happen in my life, and I'm going, wait a minute, I'm doing great. I was doing really well here, and I was irritated, and I was like, does this even work? But I really went into self, and I went into meditation, and I felt into it, and I sunk, and that's where I realized, it's subtle, but it's resisting the resistance. And as I started to untangle that and dismantle the little piece, that's when things started to really open up for me and really started to and my religion became, I refuse to worry. So it's just, that's kind of what that resisting the resistance looks like. And one of the ways that helps you get over that, to sort of get through that, is instead of trying to stuff it or ignore it or pretend like it's not there, you got to look this stuff head on. Really look it head on. And then this is where that powerful reframe comes in. Then you start to see the other side of it. See, everything that is going on in your life is working to your highest benefit, without a doubt. If you work with that, you experience the highest benefit. If you resist it and fight it, that's when we run into more difficulties, okay? Eventually, we all get to the place where we kind of give up, right? And we go, okay, fine, it is what it is. I'm tired of fighting it. And that's when things open up for you. But you don't have to go all the way down to the end of the rope there and just get to this place like, I give up, I'm so exhausted and depressed, right? You can get there right now. And the way you do that is by looking at the reframe. Okay, so it's more than just looking at the silver lining. It's really finding and understanding how this is the highest benefit to you. So I have an exercise that I'd like to share with you. And it's really, really easy. All you do is you take your feelings. So not the situation, not the financial blow up. Okay, let me reframe the financial blow up. Oh my God. No. Again, take it down a notch. It's not the form, it's the feeling. How does that financial blow, how did it make me feel? It made me feel scared, made me feel angry, made me feel helpless, and it jarred my faith is what it did. So what do I need to do then? I need to take those feelings and reframe those feelings. And the reframe, it doesn't necessarily mean like the opposite of what you're feeling. So the opposite side of it, it can, but not always. So if I was feeling afraid, for me, fear shows up as anxiety, and for me, anxiety, it's the same emotion as excitement. The difference is when I feel anxious, I don't know what the outcome is. When I feel excited, I know what the outcome is. That's the only difference right there. So for me, my reframe for fear is excitement. Whoa. That makes a huge difference, right? Anger. All right, what is anger? Anger makes me feel energized, makes me feel, whoa, like I want to do something. So for me, my reframe for anger is power. Whoa. When I'm angry, that energy is powerful energy. That's quite a difference. So it doesn't necessarily mean that your reframes will be the same for those emotions, but feel into it and try to identify what the reframe is. What's the other side of that? What's the more positive expression of that emotion you're feeling? Because emotions are not good or bad, negative or positive. It's the expression. It's your belief about those emotions. All right. So that's going to be a really powerful exercise. The next time you run into an issue or something, run into a feeling that's really uncomfortable or run into that resistance, try this exercise. Take it from the form to the feeling and reframe those feelings and see how that opens up for you. So just to recap, I want to recap your me time in case you're just joining us for the first time. Your me time includes writing a gratitude list, identifying the feeling over the form of what it is you want in this life, what you want Source to provide for you, sitting in that feeling for 1 minute and 8 seconds, just 1 minute, 8 seconds, just sitting in that feeling, how you want to feel, regardless of your circumstances. Then you can go back to doing whatever you want. And now this new exercise is the reframe exercise. When this shows up, when difficulties show up, reframe it. See how that works for you. And I'd love to hear back from you on I would love to hear how that's going for you. Again, you can go to my website and contact me through my webpage, ingridhturner.com, or you can join the Facebook group, Living in Partnership with Spirit. Just plug that into Facebook search, and it'll pop right up. And please post in there. Let us know how it's going. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate your presence. I appreciate being able to share with you. I appreciate being able to hold space and bring this gift that I have received and share it with you. And that's all we have for today's show. Thank you to my producer, Reverend Tiffany White Sagewoman, Goldilocks Productions. Okay, she produces this show and a whole host of other spiritual-based shows, and you can find them archived on Spreaker.com under Goldilocks Productions, of Goldilocks with a Y. We're on iHeartRadio, we're on Blog Talk Radio, and soon this show is going to be on Facebook Live broadcast. Yay! That's going to be so fun. So give us a follow on any or all of those different platforms, and enjoy all the fantastic content Goldilocks Productions produces, and please share what feeds you. Oh, and I will add that she does other broadcast shows as well, and you can look at her Facebook page to see those, Goldilocks Productions on Facebook. And again, if you would like to get in touch with me directly, please visit my website at ingridhturner.com, Learn more about me on that site, explore further musings, and book one-on-one time with me. All right, our next show is August 29th. On Tuesday, we have our medium meetup, and I have put together a panel of kick-ass mediums to talk to us about the transition from our body to spirit and what that looks like and what goes on there. We'll have a conversation around that. So don't miss that. Tune in. And thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to diving in. You have a great rest of your week.
Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
I want to show you my first ever painting.
All right.
Okay. Open your eyes.
Oh, that's a lot of colors and shapes.
So be honest. What do you think?
Well, I like how if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds of dollars on car insurance.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Here, why don't I hold your paintbrush while you call them?
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.